Guys, welcome back to my channel. This is now the third video that I'm doing on some of the things that make Mike McDaniel's offense unique. As an offensive line coach, I enjoy when we can just line up and run right at the defense because we're better than what they are. Unfortunately, that's not often the case in the NFL. The guys on defense are paid well, and a lot of them are good at their job. So the way to combat that is to have some elements of misdirection in the playbook to help prevent a defense from overplaying your bread and butter type plays. In today's video, we're going to start out by looking at variations of a play called influence trap. Almost anyone who has played or coached football, especially the ones who have wing T roots, have had trap as part of their playbook. Influence trap is a nice building block for the teams that run short trap, and it can also be an effective counter for teams who run pin and pull. Miami ran some influence trap in 2022 and expanded on it in 2023. I expect that it will continue to be part of the playbook, especially once they clean up some of the missed assignments that we'll go over today. All right, so the idea of this play is that we're going to have Robert Hunt pulling to the outside, making it look as though this play is going to the outside. But we're also going to have Isaiah Wynn pulling and kicking out this defensive tackle, creating a lane for Raheem Mostert to run right through the middle of the defense. Additionally, Mike McDaniel creates some conflict for the defense by sending Tyreek in fast motion, which they have to respect. And he's also got Julian Hill coming back in split flow action, which they have to pay attention to as well. So you can see how this makes it difficult for the defense to follow all of the action and can open things up in the middle. So our assignments here are going to be Austin Jackson taking a jab step in here to make number 91 respect it. And then he's going to climb to number 20. We've got Hunt kicking out the defensive end. Liam Eichenberg is going to block back on this defensive tackle. Isaiah Wynn kicking out this defensive tackle. Kendall Lamb is going to climb to this linebacker. And then Julian Hill is going to give that split flow action, and he's going to have the opportunity to either help Liam Eichenberg with this defensive tackle or make sure that the defensive end out here is not crashing. As you can see, number 20 being walked up into the box creates an advantage for Buffalo in terms of numbers, and number 43 is not blocked on this play. As we look at that again, one thing I'd like you to take a look at is watch how Austin Jackson takes that quick step inside here, and that's just enough to hold number 91 and make him think that Jackson is blocking down on him before he climbs to the second level, and that allows Isaiah Wynn to get a good kick-out block here. All right, in our next clip here, we're going to have a mirror image of the previous play in the sense that it's the same play, opposite direction. The differences are going to be that the Jets only have 7 players in the box, and Miami has added a tight end to the formation. We're still going to get Tyreek in his fast motion going out, but he's not going to pull any defenders with him. But he does hold this linebacker enough that Durham Smythe can get up there and cut off the block. Teron Armstead, we're going to see him take that same jab step inside towards 79 that we looked at with Austin Jackson before, and then he's going to climb to number 57. Lester Cotton has our influence pull where he makes it look like we're running to the outside. Connor Williams is blocking back on the defensive tackle. And then Liam Eichenberg has our kick out on this defensive tackle here. Austin Jackson is going to climb to number 57. And then Alec Ingold has that split flow action where he can either help Connor Williams or make sure that defensive end is not crashing. As we go back and look at this one again, one thing I'd like you to take a look at is that even though this play is blocked up very well, Raheem Mostert needs to read this block from Teron Armstead better. If he sees the angle that Armstead has and keeps that path out here, he's going to end up one-on-one with a safety in a much bigger play. It's still a good gain, but it's just things that the team can continue to clean up as they run this play more. Okay, in our next video here, we got a pretty heavy box from the Jets, but this play is expected to hit inside, so we don't see them account for number 3, number 22, or number 21 in the play. Instead of the split flow look that we've seen before, this influence trap is going to be run to the left. We're going to see more of a lead action, and because we have the lead action instead of the split flow, we're going to see Austin Jackson kick out that defensive end, and we're going to see Ingold leading up to number 56. The defense actually does a really good job playing this, and we're going to see that they slant into the trap block by Robert Jones. That makes it really tough to get that kick out block and create the lane that we've seen before. In this case, Mostert does a really good job of seeing this and also seeing that nobody is setting the edge for the Jets here. Lester Cotton's going to get number 11, number 1, and number 22 are seeing that influence trap up the middle and collapsing, and Mostert just takes a jump step and gets to the end zone untouched. All right, our next example, this is going to be another influence trap to the right. So far, we've seen where we had the fullback over here running in the split flow action. We've seen the fullback lined up here taking the lead action. Now we've got Cedric Wilson in that fullback position, and it's obviously not a good matchup asking him to lead up into number 57. So now we're going to see Cedric Wilson take that fast motion out here, and that's going to pull that linebacker out, essentially doing the same thing. Everything else here is the same for an influence trap to the right. One thing you'll notice here is that Kendall Lamb, I believe, has a missed assignment here because he tries to kick out this end, which is exactly where Robert Jones is going as well. Based on previous examples that we've seen of this play, it appears to me that Kendall Lamb should be taking that jab step inside and then climbing to number 56. And we can see that Lester Cotton does not get a good block on that defensive tackle. He's able to spin off and still make the play. But if you get a better block from Lester Cotton and you get Kendall Lamb getting to number 56, again, you can see how this play is really close to popping for a big gain and being a really important piece to this playbook as we move forward. Okay, here's a mirror image of that previous play. We've got influence trap going to the right now. We've still got Cedric Wilson as our fullback. He's going to go in that motion again, but this time he is not going to pull number 57 out of the box. So what we're going to see here is how an offensive line has to adjust to the way that a defense reacts to the pre-snap motion. Had number 57 followed him out of the box the way that he did on the last play, Kendall Lamb would block out on the defensive end. Because he did not follow him out of the blocks, number 11 is going to stay unblocked, and Kendall Lamb is going to climb to the next level. Now, this is a play that's blocked really well overall, but we had one missed assignment, which was Keon Smith climbing to number 56, and he basically whiffs on the block. So this is a good example of how in the NFL, you can have 10 players doing their assignments and doing them well, but when you get one player that blows an assignment, it can make it look really bad for the entire offense. Now, while Achane does do some athletic stuff and makes it out of the pile, you can see that a flag ends up getting thrown and this play comes back. Okay, if you've watched my first video on Miami's offense, you can see how a zone run play is blocked. We just got done reviewing influence trap, and when you combine those two plays together in Miami's offense, you get one of my favorite plays, Wham. So this is going to be a wham to the right side. So the left side of the line is going to look like outside zone with split flow action. We're going to get Teron Armstead blocking out on the defensive end, Lester Cotton blocking out on the defensive tackle. Liam Eichenberg in a zone scheme would be considered uncovered, so he would help with that defensive tackle and create a combo block to number 56. On the backside here, we're going to make it look like that influence trap that we just looked at. So we're going to have Robert Jones kicking out the defensive end out here. And Austin Jackson is going to block down on the linebacker in here. Julian Hill is going to give that split flow action for the zone side of things, but instead of coming across the formation like he would in a zone play, he is going to wham that defensive tackle and basically create a trap block using an H-back type player. Alec Ingold on this play is going to start play side and then become a lead blocker. I believe that he has a blown assignment on this one. I believe he should be going to number 44, but he ends up following Austin Jackson to number 57.
Okay, so I wanted to add a correction that was bugging me after I finished recording this video. I believe it's actually Austin Jackson that has the blown assignment on this play. I believe that Austin Jackson should be blocking 44 and that Alec Ingold was actually correct going after number 57.
Again, you can see that zone look on the front side. We're looking at these five guys here. And then we get the kick out block here by Julian Hill. We get Alec Ingold leading up through. And he's looking to the inside here where we've already got these two linebackers covered and nobody is blocking number 44. Number 47 actually does a really good job playing this. And when Austin Jackson steps inside, he doesn't give a good angle for Robert Jones to make that block. So he's able to still get inside. With all of that in mind, we still get 3 or 4 yards out of this play. Okay, so this next clip is from Week 16 versus the Cowboys. Not a great result on the play here, but it shows that Miami likes this play because it was used at a key point in the game when Miami was trying to seal the win. This time, Julian Hill is out here. He's going to be brought in motion and be able to get a running start into his wham block. Our front side again is going to look like zone, right? Lamb is going to block out here, Jones here, Eichenberg is going to help and be comboing to the player that's going to come into the picture with the motion. On the backside here, we have Lester Cotton kicking out. We're going to have Cedric Wilson trying to get into number 1 here. And I think that where the blown assignment is on this play is Teron Armstead. He also blocks out towards that end where, based on other examples that we've seen of this play, I believe that he should be climbing to number 33. So again, as you can see, number 6 is coming into the picture there. That's where Eichenberg is going to combo block to. We get a good enough block from Julian Hill on our wham block. And unfortunately, we get number 33 unblocked coming into the hole, where as he's moving out here, Armstead is plenty athletic enough to get out here and cut him off. And this could have been a much better play. Okay, one last play today. Again, this isn't a great result, but Miami's backed up in their own zone week 18 versus the Bills, and they go back to the Wham play, so it shows that it's definitely a play that they like. This is going to be a Wham to the right, so on the left side here, it's going to look like zone. Armstead blocking out on the defensive end, Jones blocking out on the defensive tackle, Eichenberg helping with the defensive tackle, comboing to number 7. And on the backside here, we're going to get the influence trap look. So Robert Hunt is going to kick out the defensive end. Austin Jackson is going to climb to number 25. Alec Ingold is going to be part of the zone look. He's going to start to his left, and then he's going to lead the play up through number 43. And then, of course, the key block on the play is going to be Julian Hill, giving that split zone look, but he's actually going to be whamming on the defensive tackle here. Unfortunately, as you can see, Devon Achane ends up tripping on this play. But this is another example of where this play is really close to being a big gain in this playbook. As Miami continues to develop this play, I think we're going to continue to see less of those blown assignments. We're going to see better reads from the running back. And the misdirection that these plays are creating is going to continue to produce some big gains for the Dolphins. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks again for watching.